Yeah, this is tie-dye. Figured I'd pretend to be a follower of Klaus. My wife and I team up to take on some of the best things streaming has to offer. Welcome back for more of Our Thoughts. The Umbrella Academy Season 2. Let's get into it with Episode 2 entitled The Frankel Footage. One thing we failed to notice going back to Episode 1 was the newspaper 5 picked up at the beginning. The subheading said that JFK declared war, which leads to the question, does JFK's survival result in the Soviets' invasion? Does he make a speech that leads to this invasion? Or, as wife thought, perhaps there's an event that has nothing to do with JFK that leads to it all. She jokingly says that maybe Vanya fired a laser beam at Russia, but she may not be far off considering that it seems like the Academy was trying to defend themselves during that opening scene. Nevertheless, back to the Frankel footage. We pick up with Hazel and the handler back in Season 1, where Hazel shot her in the head. Oh, the consequences of being evil. Whoa, she's about to be cremated? Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's gonna be alive. Why else would they be showing this? Yep, and her eyes just flickered. How did she survive? 3 months later, bibbidi bobbidi boo. This show never ceases to not nail an amazing musical cue. No one's taking her jacket. Oh, she's not in charge anymore. Somebody's redecorated her office. It's, Fish. Okay, so she survived because of a metal plate in her head. Okay, fine. I'll allow that. A fish that smokes. This is just getting ridiculous. It's named AJ? She's being demoted. 743 incident. Just so you know, there's an episode later this season called 743. Alright, I'm intrigued again. I've dropped bigger turds than Herb. That was an amazing linguistic line. Side note, the actor that plays Herb did the motion capture for Pogo in Season 1. At least I'm not distracted by Herb's CGI. Oh, the room number they go into is 108. Is that a Lost reference? The handler's new desk is Five's old desk. You can tell by the lady sitting behind her. And she's just as frank as he was with her coworkers. Yep, Five's nameplate and show title reveal. Seriously though, a fish being the head of the commission? This is starting to bother me unless there's some kind of explanation. Back to the strip club with Five and Luther. Why does Luther need convincing to help? He always helps. Ha! It is Jack Ruby. Called it. Luther's given up leadership? It's Diego time. Go, Diego, go. Now that's a reference. Seems to me that Luther's not grateful that Five saved his life. Oh, Hazel slipped him the Frankel footage. Oh, the drunk guy was the husband of the weird family that Vanya's staying with. Speaking of which, Vanya's looking through the newspaper at the missing persons page. Is she faking this amnesia? Or just hopeful that someone will find her? Does the son have autism? I'm gonna say yes. Vanya volunteers to go pick up the drunk husband. I really hope she crushes his skull. Diego and his girl Lila escaping. Pretty sure you need darker clothing. Oh, nice! He steals darker clothing. I'm glad they started listening to my suggestions. I like this girl, though. She might be crazy, but she's decisive. High-functioning sociopath, maybe? The other window in the car was open. Vanya gets the drunk husband, Frank. Luther picks up Frank's wallet and goes out to find him. And he sees Vanya. Does she remember him? Wife felt that Vanya looked like she recognized him. Maybe her memory was wiped. White-haired guys looking for Allison. Oh, I do not see a good outcome for her husband. I'm betting he'll be dead before the season's out. But the white-haired villains don't come in. The cops do. Allison, use your power, please. Oh, but she tried, but her husband stopped her. Does her husband know she has power? I can't tell if he tried to stop her from using her power or tried to stop her from escalating the situation. The white-haired guys will have to wait. What the heck was one of them drinking? That was not milk. Five is with Elliot the conspiracy nut. He crosses out the date on the Frankel footage. 11/22/63, the date of Kennedy's assassination. Fun fact, November 23rd, 1963 was the premiere of Doctor Who. Who's Diego? Imagine Batman, an aim lower. Oh, Diego. Knew it. Diego is going after Lee Harvey Oswald. Diego doesn't want to kill a man before he's committed a crime. He doesn't want to go all Minority Report on this. Lila knows everything about Diego? Yeah, he's not that hard to figure out. Five pops in to try to convince Diego to come with him. Five kind of blackmails him into coming. Crazy lady is a bonus. Wife says that calling her crazy is not nice. But Diego called her it. I was just making a reference. Questions about Lila. What is her deal? I feel like this is a Chekhov's gun situation. How will she factor into the overarching plot? I don't want to keep believing that every new character is just gonna die, right? Allison at the jail trying to get her husband back. Raymond Chestnut. I never got his name in the first episode. Then this other guy gets arrested for passing out flyers and gets thrown into the white holding cell with Klaus. Apparently he's a devotee of Klaus's cult. Klaus blows his mind with some TLC lyrics from the 90s. Amazing! And then Klaus quotes some Shakespeare only to get corrected by Allison's husband. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some just have greatness thrust upon them. My wife assured me that was from Twelfth Night. I'm gonna trust her because she has an English degree. Klaus gets out of jail because of his connections. How many cult members does he have? Is this like Fight Club? Back to Elliot's apartment. He is flipping out because he watched the Frankel footage. 5 teleports to disarm him, and then we get to watch the Frankel footage. Film is filmed 6 days from now. Who was on this film? Is it 5? Is it 5 as an old man? It's Sir Reggie! I really wish we could have seen the rest of this footage. The white-haired guys go to a cat lady's house. Those cats are ugly. They're inquiring about the space in the guest room? Oh, lady, you're gonna be dead soon. Either by those white-haired guys or your cat's eating you. Vanya back at this paradise-ish home. She's playing hide-and-seek with the boy when Luther shows up. Luther remembers his past mistakes and failures. Oh no, he's a drinker now? And he has a gun? Is he gonna kill Vanya? Luther, don't be that way. Wife thinks that he's just trying to protect himself from Vanya. I feel like Vanya is half-heartedly playing hide-and-seek. Luther enters the barn and addresses Vanya. How much does she remember? She clearly knew her name. This scene is very reminiscent of season 1 when Luther bear hugged her. What did you do to me? Oh, heartbreaking. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Luther has a change of heart and apologizes. Sissy pulls a gun on Luther, and he wisely pulls out the husband's wallet to return it. Sissy has a don't mess with Texas vibe about her. Back to the white-haired guys? One's cooking in his underwear, and the other 2 are playing a dangerous game of chicken with knives? Creepy. Are these guys brothers or something? It's pneumatic tube time. Their next target is Vanya. But they didn't take care of Allison yet. Again, these guys are bad at their job. Cat lady's head in the freezer. She didn't last long, but her head will keep longer if it's on ice. Back to jail with Allison. Ah, her husband doesn't know that she has power. Intriguing. As they leave, Allison sees the guy in the jail cell with the Klaus tattoo on his hand. A prophet. What has he prophesized? After all this time, the Academy's destiny is bringing them back together. Conveniently. Meanwhile, Klaus breaks into a house. Where has Ben this whole time? Ah, there he is. How deep into this cult did Klaus get? Does he own this house? There's a giant painting of him. Back to Vanya explaining her encounter with Luther. Sissy then palm reads Vanya, and yeah, super romantic tones. The moment she noticed the calluses on her fingers, the violin music flooded our ears. I love it. Dream time. Ooh, is she beginning to remember? Or just getting flashes that she can't understand? Oh, but she knows where to find Luther. Five and Diego go to an umbrella manufacturer, DS Umbrella. What does the DS stand for? Oh, wow. Five hasn't seen his dad in 45 years. Apparently, he still has immense daddy issues. This place is just a front for something. They're not selling umbrellas. I'm sensing a cliffhanger. Five walks into a mannequin scene. Funny. Diego finds a desk with a folder with what looks like blank paper, I guess. I could be wrong. The sound of doors opening and closing draws Diego in. A man in a hat disappears into the fog. Five finds a document from Mr. Hoyt Killinkir. Sounds German. As a side note, a Roscoe Hillenkier was the first director of the CIA. Consulate General of Mexico in Dallas? What in the world? Diego is Batman stalking the man in the hat who we assume is Sir Reggie. We see a chalkboard with the name Pogo. And the cutest little baby Pogo walks into the scene. Baby Yoda was better. But Five knows it's Pogo. And Pogo slices Five across the face and escapes. Diego gets into it with who we assume is Sir Reggie. After some epic moves, Diego gets the upper hand, but hesitates when he sees it's his dad. Amateur. Ouch. That really hurts. Also, the knife hurts too. Sir Reggie claps and takes the hand of a young Pogo as they disappear into the fog. Amazing. Wife wants to know what's going on with that building. Is he training Pogo for human society? Showroom for displaying umbrellas? I don't know. I wonder if by interacting with his future children, this changes the timeline in a severe way. Or maybe it causes the timeline. Which came first? Children born in 1989 or the fluttering lights released by Sir Reggie? Nevertheless, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and and share with a friend. Join us next time for episode 3, entitled The Swedish Job. I'm assuming this is something to do with the white-haired guys being bad at their job.